She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain, Part 9, Chapter, Understanding the Tarkhanov and Belov Phenomena. A man's sexual drive is not merely a psychological preference, but a sophisticated biological engine governed by fluid dynamics and hormonal feedback loops. When a couple is separated by business trips, long-term rotations, or vacations, two distinct physiological stages occur: the Tarkhanov Phenomenon and the Belov Phenomenon. As a woman, mastering the knowledge of these cycles allows you to protect the fortress of your relationship, ensuring that temporary absence does not lead to long-term coldness or the intrusion of a third party. The Tarkhanov Phenomenon, the peak of accumulation. The Tarkhanov Phenomenon describes the initial stage of sexual abstinence, typically occurring within the first 10 to 14 days of separation. During this period, the male body continues its established rhythm of sperm and prostatic fluid production. If a couple is used to regular intimacy, the prostate gland and seminal vesicles continue to fill out of habit. This accumulation creates a physical fullness that sends powerful signals to the brain, manifesting as intense sexual arousal, frequent spontaneous erections, and erotic dreams. In this state, a man's testosterone levels are heightened, making him feel restless and deeply longing for his partner. He may experience nocturnal emissions, wet dreams, as the body attempts to relieve the pressure naturally. This is a high-risk window. If a man is not mentally disciplined, the intense physical irritation of unspent energy can lead to masturbation or, in some cases, vulnerability to external provocation by another woman. For this reason, it is strategically wise for a woman never to leave her partner alone for more than 2 weeks without a plan for reconnection. The Belov Phenomenon, the biological shutdown. If the period of abstinence extends beyond 2 weeks, the body enters the Belov Phenomenon. This is a biological conservation mode. When the accumulated seminal fluid is not released, the body begins a process of reabsorption through the ducts and back into the bloodstream. This sends a negative feedback signal to the brain's hypothalamus and pituitary gland, essentially saying, the demand for sexual activity is zero, therefore, slow down production. During this phase, testicular tone is suppressed, sexual fantasies fade, and spontaneous erections become rare. The man becomes sexually quiet, focusing his energy entirely on work or survival. While this makes the separation easier for him to endure, it creates a significant problem upon reunion. Because his endocrine system is functioning in a reduced mode, he cannot immediately restore his usual sexual rhythm. He may find it difficult to achieve an erection or feel a lack of desire, which many wives mistakenly interpret as a sign of infidelity or a lack of love. Reawakening the sleeping system. The path to restoration. When you reunite with your man after a long separation, you must act as the master frequency to bring him out of the Belov state. Do not expect him to pester you with desire immediately. His system is biologically dormant. If you meet him with jealousy, suspicion, or coldness because he isn't instantly aroused, you will only deepen his inhibition. Tactile provocation. Understanding that he is in a state of sexual unfitness, your task is to slowly re-engage his nervous system. Start with non-sexual touch, massaging his head, back, and shoulders to lower his cortisol levels. Gradual escalation. Move toward more intimate contact, such as a lingam massage, to physically stimulate blood flow. This manual and oral provocation is essential to signal his brain that it is time to restart testosterone production. Eliminating insecurity. Your man may feel embarrassed by his lack of immediate response. Reassure him through your own active desire. Tell him how much you missed him and how lucky you are to have him back. When a man feels wanted, his psychological state will eventually override the Belov inhibition. The necessity of sexual fitness. Long-term sexual abstinence, especially in older men, can lead to a permanent decline in sexual fitness. The use it or lose it principle applies here. The less frequently the prostate gland is emptied and the pelvic floor muscles are exercised through friction, the more the entire system atrophies. This leads to decreased testosterone, lower libido, and erectile difficulties. As a woman, you are the guardian of this health. By consistently maintaining a sexual rhythm and using provocations, through your appearance, behavior, and touch, you ensure that the Belov phenomenon never drags on long enough to become a permanent chill in your home. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle and love style at Wish for Love. The electronic version of all chapters from the full book She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain can be found at wishforlove.org.